Welcome back to the WizDG post-game show presented by National Landing, live from inside the William Hill Sportsbook at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. It was a two-game sweep for WizDG going up against the Raptors Uprising from Toronto. It was a very, very solid start to the season for WizDG. Let's go ahead and take a look at those highlights from Game 1. And it was an absolute hot start for WizDG as JBM and the rest of the team put on a passing display, opening this one up early. JBM has no problem finding those gaps in the defense, able to drive the lane, part of his 28 points in the first game. Udini joining the club as well, creating space, finding openings. And then JBM finds Dayfry once again. That chemistry from their first season together last year on full display. And JBM, what can you say? Whether he can find the gap in the defense or you leave him wide open behind the arc, he will hit it every time. He has no problem taking what the defense gives him. And Udini, again, that vision over to Dayfry. Not afraid to finish. Doesn't always have to be JBM. It's Udini getting the ball inbounded. Perfect positioning for the easy 2 points. JBM, again, hooking up with Dayfry down low, kisses it off the glass. That court vision on full display. Udini pulling his best JBM impression, taking the deep three shot as well. But it's also LeBron and Dayfry down low, coming up with a big block. Helping hold that Raptors Uprising team. Holding them back offensively, forcing a lot of turnovers. Kenny got work. Struggled in this series along with the rest of the team. Turnovers, the name of really the name of the game for Toronto. More fast break points from turnovers go in favor of WizDG. The final score of Game 1, 89-70. WizDG would win Game 1, then go on to take the win in Game 2 in a very dominant performance. Your leading scorers from Game 1 was JBM and Udini tied with 28 points, and xoLebron with his career high 19 points, and we are joined now by xoLebron, who scored his career high 19 points here in Week 1 of the NBA 2K League. LeBron, I'm going to have to be honest, it's hard to think that you're a rookie coming into this season.
Yeah, man, it's my first season with the team. I'm happy to be here, work with this great group of guys, making my job easy out there.
So I have to ask, going up against the Raptors, I mean, this was a team that went 16-0 last season in the regular season. WizDG knocked him out in the semifinals last year. Kenny got work, was the MVP, and you guys held him to 6 points. He only made 2 shots in the second game. You forced him into 7 turnovers by himself. I mean, what was the secret behind that performance to shut Kenny down?
To be honest, we had a game plan. We watched a lot of film, and we just executed our plan. We wanted these people on the team to beat us. Like I said, Kenny was MVP last year. We held him to a lot of little points, but like I said, game plan we just executed, and planned out well.
So I have to know how you felt going into this matchup. Did you feel like you were coming in with that hot hand? Did you come in knowing you're going to drop 19 points here against Toronto?
To be honest, no. But like I said, I had a lot of open shots. JBM, Dave tried to set me up, awesome, and I just had my shots, and I've been feeling good and I'm getting all my shots. So yeah, I didn't expect to drop 19, but here we are.
So obviously it feels pretty good being drafted by the defending champions. What is it like playing next to a guy like Dayfry or even someone like a JBM, the first overall draft pick last year, who's kind of really making a mark for himself in the league?
Yeah, like I said, man, Dayfry's a veteran, been in the league for 4 years, and he's been talking to me, communicating with me and JBM as well. I just gotta listen to them. I trust them. And, it's making my job easy and just playing my game.
Absolutely. Can you promise me 20 points next matchup?
I can't promise you that, but
All right.
if the ball comes, give my shots. I'll try to get there next time.
All right, that's xoLebron joining us from WizDG after the 2-0 sweep over Raptors Uprising. We'll be right back with head coach Pat Crossan. Stay tuned.
Good morning.
More treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them.
Geico makes it so easy to get help when I need it. With licensed agents available 24/7, it's not just easy. It's getting Pax the Panda pumped for game day easy. It's not just easy. It's Geico easy.
With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like...
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she'd pick me first.
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it really even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Your Mystics, your way.
Cloud got it!
Live Mystics games at your fingertips.
No look to Deladon, who is on fire.
Watch Mystics game all season long on Monumental Sports Network.
Atkins alone again. Mieseman does it! Huge shot by Emma Mieseman. High-level basketball in D.C.
At MedStar Health, we believe that your day doesn't stop at 5, so care shouldn't either. That's why we have more urgent care locations than anyone in the region, all with extended hours. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
In a world where profits come before people, one insurance brokerage is proving you can be different in an industry of sameness.
Because we're a generational business, we're blessed to have a long view. With that long view means you can invest in people. Your margins can shrink in the short term, but if you're doing right by your clients and your employees, the numbers and the results will take care of themselves in time.
We are one of the fastest growing independent agencies in America. We are IOA.
WizDG post-game show presented by National Landing live inside William Hill Sportsbook. Capital One Arena, Game 2, final score 78-62. And joining us now, the head coach of the 3-1 and defending champions Wizards District Gaming, Pat Crossan. Coach, first off, there was a lot of trash talk going into this series. How good does it feel to sweep the Raptors?
I mean, it feels great, especially to start our season. You know, we went 1-1 against the Celtics a couple days before, so we knew the Raptors were going to come in here, and give it their all. They went 0-4 in the tip-off tournament last week, so this is an easy game against them, and we have a little bit of a back and forth over the years, so they've kind of become a team that we obviously respect because they're really good, but we want to beat them, so that's kind of our mindset going into it.
Absolutely. And I do have to kind of ask, and I know you're not going to give away your game strategy here or anything, but I have to ask, Kenny got work. Last year's MVP of the regular season forced them into 7 turnovers in Game 1. I believe it was 7 or 8 there in Game 2. 17 turnovers forced on Toronto in Game 2 alone, and you shut Kenny down to only 6 points in the second game. What's the secret?
I mean, I think it's just our defense. We were kind of clicking, and figuring out how to make certain rotations. We got Justin, Just Awkward, and Dave Fry in the pick and roll. I mean, those guys are amazing. They were amazing for us last year. And to have them come back and, still play at that high level that we expect, it makes it easier for the rest of the guys. So, I think for us, things just were clicking and, we were kind of putting his head on a swivel a little bit.
Absolutely, and this matchup was called the Game of the Week for the NBA 2K League. How would you assess xoLebron's his ability to play in such a high pressure game so early on in his career, dropping 19 points? That's pretty good for a rook.
I mean, that's what we expected when we brought him here. That's what he was drafted to play power forward and to come up in these big games. In the offseason, I think I mentioned this last time, but in the offseason, he's played on one of the winningest teams. So they win a lot of tournaments and leagues. And, obviously bringing that to WizDG because we just won a championship, it kind of keeps us motivated because this is his first year in the league. And for him tonight, I mean, it was a huge night. We do our little team meeting after, and he got the game controller, as we like to say. And, I was very pleasantly surprised that he's been hooping this week and, watching a lot of film. In practice, he's locked in. And, tonight it was just the efforts of all, what he's put into it this past week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been absolutely fantastic watching him grow over the last 4 games now in total. Coach, let's go ahead and look forward to your next matchup going up against the 76ers. This team is kind of they have a streakiness to them. They're hot and they're cold. Whether it's a tournament or regular season, it feels like it's 2 different versions of this team that shows up. What are your insights going into the matchup against the 76ers next week?
Yeah, I mean, the Sixers are a well-coached team. Coach Terrell over there, he's got them essentially in the same spot that they were a couple of years ago. And it's a revamped roster, so they did very well in the draft. And, obviously they traded for one wild walnut MVP in Portland. And, it's going to be a tough matchup, but we're excited to play them because, if you want to be the best team, you got to beat the best teams. We learned that last year, and, we're going to look forward to the challenge and all those games coming up, the Warriors too. And I think we got the Raptors again and the Grizzlies before our next bye week.
Absolutely. Coach Pat Crossan, thank you so much for joining us here on the post-game show. We look forward to talking to you after the 76ers series.
Thanks, John.
All right, let's go take a look at the leading scorers here from Game 2. JBM leading the way. It's safe to say JBM had a day here in Game 2. 34 points. Dayfry with 20 and xoLebron with 9 in Game 2. For Toronto, Reese Mode with 17. TS Josh in his first game of the season dropping 16 and Timely Cook with 12. And the MVP from last year only scoring 6 and Kenny got work. Next game coming up June 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time against 76ers GC. We will see you all then on behalf of the production team here at Monumental Sports Network. My name is John Byram. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on June 9th.